Tracy here. I just wanted to share with you a journal page that I had made, and I know I've made 2 in a row. I can't believe that myself. I've done many different challenges with a few different ones of my friends, and this one was from Stephanie. She challenged us to do sprinkle glitter wherever you go. That was her challenge theme, and I wrote sprinkle love wherever you go, but I incorporated the glitter in all the flowers and the hearts here. They have all different types of glitter. Now, if you want, I do have a process video following this right away, but if you don't want to watch the process, I'll just share with you really quickly what I did. And the first thing I did was I colored up this image. It's an Angie Blom image, and it's one of her Angie Girl collections. And what I did was I colored it up. I made her bigger, so she's not really this size. She's a little bit smaller than that, but I wanted her to fit the page more. So I enlarged her. And then before putting her on the page, I colored her with my my Inktense watercolor pencils. But before I adhered her on the page, I spritzed the background with different colors, and I did a little bit of stencils in there. I punched a whole bunch of the hearts out. I stamped this sentiment here, and I adhered her down and added sparkle on every single heart you see. I added a couple different colors of stickles on here, and also a couple different colors of Wink of Stella, just to give them all a little bit of sparkle. So that is my take on the challenge. So that's about it. That's about all I did. Even though it was simple, it sure takes me all day to do these art journal pages. I opened up a new Facebook group. I had a Facebook, or I still do, and it's called Tracy's Treasures, but other people can't share on there. It was, my daughter set it up for me. I think it was a business page. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure. I'm not in a business. I just do this for the fun. So I opened up a new Facebook group, and on there is for anybody to go and share their art, no matter what you do. If you do art journaling, cards, scrapbooking, crocheting, knitting, any type of art, you're welcome to go over there and share. I don't like advertising. There's a place for you to go and put on your YouTube, your blog. There's an area for that, but I really don't want advertising. I just want everybody to share, no matter what your level is, no matter how long you've been crafting for. I just thought that would be a fun place to share our art on there. I also started this group because I wanted a place to go that just had art, no drama. A place to go where you can just enjoy looking at other artists' beautiful projects, and I highly encourage everyone to leave positive comments to all the artists that share on there. If you want to join this challenge, just head over to my Facebook group, Tracy's Treasures Shares. Make a new piece of art with the theme, Spread a Little Glitter Wherever You Go. I post it under an event, and I can't wait to see what everyone creates. It's just a fun place for us all to share. So I hope you join me there as well. So like I said, I do have a process video after this, but if you don't want to watch the process, then I just want to thank you for watching this far, and I hope you all have a creative day. Hi everyone, Tracy here. I thought I'd share with you my process on making my art journal page. I know, 2 art journal pages in a week. Like, that's crazy for me. I only do usually a few a year. I've done a few art journaling challenges with my friends, and this challenge was from Stephanie, who wanted to do her challenge, Spread a Little Glitter Wherever You Go. So this is going to be my take on it. I colored this Angie Blom girl, and it's from her collection, her Angie Girl collections. Oh. And she is called Nancy Girl, and this is her right here. And what I did was I made her a little bigger. That's the size of her in the package, and I did it, I think, 145% larger, I think I did, because it just takes up more space on my art journal page. And what I did was I colored her up with my Inktense. I have a cold, so I'm making art right now is trying to make me forget that I even have a cold. We'll see how that works. So anyway, I colored her up with my Inktense, my Derwent, is it called? Inktense watercolor pencils. And I like using these pencils in my art journal because once you color them and then you add the water, it becomes permanent. So I don't worry about them bleeding or the color smearing if I put any other mediums on top. So I'm going to also add some color to the background with my spritzes. Not sure exactly what colors I'm going to use, but I'm going to use my spritzes. And also I want to use some hearts. What I want to do is have her standing here and have all the hearts coming here. So it's going to be more or less, and the hearts I want to have sparkles on them. So the glitter in the challenge is going to be on the hearts. So that's my plan. We'll see how it works, because lots of times you have a plan and it never works out the way you want it. So I'm going to get my spritzers out and I'm going to start spritzing the background for some color. Okay, here's what I have so far. Am I loving it? No, not really, but this is what I have. I kind of got frustrated with the spritzes because a lot of them were plugged. So I took my Distress ink and some stencils, and I just added some hearts here and there. I'm going to put my sentiment in before I do anything else, just so I know where the sentiment is going, and then the hearts are going to come down here. So I have this love. I might have to cut out. It says made with love. I don't know if you can read that, but it says made with love. But I just want the love. So I'm either going to mask that off or cut that out and do the love. And then I'm going to write sprinkle love wherever you go. And I was going to do it with letters. I have these little stamps and they're all individual letters. This is if I try to do them all together because there's too much space in between. And this is if I was to do them separately. So I was going to just handwrite it because it's just simpler and I like to do things simply. So I was going to do that. I'm still debating on if I should handwrite it. Still debating on if I should handwrite it or use the stamps. And then I put a little grass here, and what I did, it's on the other side of here, is what I did is I just punched a piece of white paper and then I put the stencil here and I used Distress ink along here. Well, the stencil, the punched out stencil I made. And that's how I got the grass at the bottom. So I'll do the wording. I don't know. Oh, I really am debating on whether I should handwrite it or not. It's so much easier to just handwrite it though. I'll decide. Okay, I'm going to use this red archival, is it geranium I think it's called, red geranium, to stamp the love on it. So I want to make sure I have a good coverage. And I didn't cut the stamp apart. So I'm just going to wipe it down with a baby wipe and hopefully that's good. And I need something flat under here. Well, there we go. My phone will work, right? There we go. I'll put that here. Oh, that's nice. That stamped really good, actually. Now, I'm still debating, and just so you know, archival ink usually stains your stamps, which I'm fine with that. Believe it or not, what I'm not fine is that it didn't stain all of it. So I'm going to mark that up so it stains all of it. Because I'm a little odd. So I had to stamp it up so it stained everything evenly. See? I know. Crazy girl, crazy girl. So I'm still debating on if I just should handwrite that. Just for the fact that I can't find my archival black. And I'd like to use archival because it's a really deep color. And I have no idea where it is. That is very odd. So I might just handwrite it in, but I'll get back to that. Well, I can't find my archival black. I have no idea. But, you know, I have 3 mementos because I couldn't find one, so I bought another one, and then I couldn't find those 2, so I bought another one. So I may be buying another archival black. But in the meantime, I figured I'm going to stamp it. I don't care. I'm going to stamp it, see how it looks. Faster to write it, but I'm going to stamp it. So I am going to use my VersaFine Onyx Black because that's really nice black crisp ink. And I'm just going to go for it, people. Just going to go for it. So here we go. Maybe there. And guess what? I don't have a background. I don't have something hard on the back, which isn't, well, it is a big deal because it's going to get screwed up and then I'm going to be mad. So let's see if this will work. Depends on how far it goes. Okay, so you know, I'm going to, where is the P? I'm going to do all of these and then I'll come back because this is going to take a long time for me to stamp because I'm anal. And I want everything like straight. And then it doesn't even end up straight, so... Oh, so far it's looking good. Okay, I'm just going to keep going with this because this is going to take a long time, as you can see. And then I'll show you when I've finished my saying. It may not be straight, but I do like how it turned out. And funny enough, this is the first time I've ever used these letter stamps. I'll show you. I have a feeling I got these when I first started scrapbooking, like 20 some odd years ago. I'm not sure. I have no idea where they're from. Have no idea what company makes them. But I think I might be using them more often. But I should have drawn a line so this would have been a little bit straighter. Here, let me take that out there. It's not as straight as I would like it, but you know what? It's fine. It's good. So now I think I might adhere her down and add some hearts to it. So I think I'm going to adhere her down, and I'm going to use this matte medium in order to do that. So let me get my brush. The only thing with using these small letters is you have to clean them after each individual letter. Where can I put this on? I want to dump just a little bit out. Here, I'll put it on this acrylic block. Oh my goodness, I got paint all over my desk. Oh, there's like blue splatters all over my desk, and I used my spray thing. I shouldn't be surprised. I make a mess no matter how clean I try and be. I just hope I can get it off. So I'm just going to add a little bit here. And this is watercolor. So like this here. So I'm sure if I added this on there, excuse me for my nose. Anyways, I'm sure if I added that on there, it's going to smear the spritzes. So I'm just adding it on the back of her, like a glue, like a podgy. And then add it on the page. And we will see how that looks. I think it'll look good. So far, I think I'm liking it more than I thought I would. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but okay. So we will add her right about here. Have our tootsies in the grass. Add her on there. And maybe put a little bit of a top coat on her too. And because this was, and because these are the pencil crayons that react, but you know what I realized? This is a photocopy, so I don't know. It doesn't look like it's bleeding, which is good, because I would have been a little mad if it did. There. I'll let that dry. And then I will move on. See, look at, is that her face? Is there lines on her face? I can't tell if there's lines on her face or not. Maybe not. Maybe it's just, because this is a photocopy, I just realized it could be, because I photocopied the image, that that is what is coming off. It's not the pencil crayons, it's the photocopy paper. So I just want to go like this. Go with the, hide them a little bit more, if that makes sense. Oh well. You know, I know these things, and then I just kind of, they come out of my head kind of thing. I forget about them. So I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup, because I have a lot of cleanup to do, and then I'll move on to the next part. I think I spend way more time cleaning up than I actually do making an art journal page. I should have one of my daughters just come and clean everything when I'm done. That would make my process so much easier. So anyway, I don't know if I explained it correctly when I was telling you about this bleeding. Now, what happened was, like I had said earlier, I made my image bigger because it's I wanted it bigger, and then I colored it, and I used the Inktense watercolor, and when I was blending it with the water, the Inktense is then permanently dried, so the water isn't going to make the colors move. But the reason they did bleed a little bit, not the colors, it was the ink that I photocopied my my image with, because the ink, the printer I have, I don't know what kind it is, I'll have to ask my husband and put it at the bottom, but I can print something out and then color with my Copics and it's fine. But if I use watercoloring with it, it's not fine. And I forgot about that. I just thought I stamped the image. And so that's why I noticed some color was moving around. It wasn't from the pencil crayons, it was from me actually photocopying it. And I knew this was going to happen when I put this on because the spritzes I used are also watercolor, but they're not permanent once they dry. I hope not, because then I can get it off my desk. So when I went around here, you can see some of the colors bled. I'm fine with that because now I think I'm going to add some shading around her as well, and that's going to hide a lot of this smeared background. And even if I didn't do that, I think that looks fine anyway. It kind of focuses on her. So now what I'm going to do is I have a few different sized punches here, and I'm going to punch some of my hearts out. I love hearts. So in this, and this is, I like this, in the actual stamp, the hearts came down to the kitty cats. But I never put kitty cats because I wanted this saying here, so I'm going to have the hearts come down and around here like she's spreading her love wherever she goes. So I'm going to get either some colored paper, some decorative paper, and I'm just going to punch out a whole bunch of different size hearts, a whole bunch of different colors, and then I'll plant them around, or not plant them, I'm going to put them around here. I was thinking of almost stamping, say this, and then putting little tiny hearts here so they're actually growing. So we'll see how that works. I went through a whole bunch of my scrap papers and I punched out a whole bunch of different sized hearts, and now I'm going to lay them on here. But I really think oh my goodness, I've never used this. Well, hey, you know what? This is a good art journal page because I'm using a lot of things I've never used before. I haven't painted up that image yet, or colored up that image. I just did that. Haven't used those before. My stamps, and I did that. And now I'm using this, and I've never used this before. I'm using this mask here. This one will probably be better because it's bigger. So I'm using the mask that I used to make this. And I'm just trying to match up some of them and stamp them. Mind you, I don't think it matters if they went down or not. And you know what I can do? If they don't go where I want, I can just take a fine marker and draw them in. Like that one was too high. Let's see here. You think she can do it again on the same exact spot? Nope. Hey, that was close, but look, I did the same thing anyway. So, oh look, this looks like a little person. You know how you see images in clouds and that? This, right there, that looks like a little person to me, like bending down. Yeah, okay, maybe I need to take some cold medicine because this cold is affecting my brain. I have no idea. Here, I'll put that one there. And then one closer to her. Do that one long. Yeah, I think what I will do is take a fine liner marker and just draw those in a little bit more. But I didn't want them like right into the grass, like right straight down to the bottom of the page, I guess. Now I'm going to add all the little hearts. If I remember where I put them. Right here. There's where I put them. And I'm just going to add them with this little glue pen here. So where's my sticky thing? That'll probably be easier to lift them up with. Where's my little sticky guy? Here it is. Okay, so this little thing has stickiness on it. I'm sure most have seen it. And I've heard somebody made their own with, you know, the wax when you have braces and they give you that wax and you put it on your braces so it doesn't rub with. I just realized I even have sparkle on my markers here. Look, it's sprayed up onto my markers. I am such a mess. Anyway, as I was saying, I have heard that some people have used the wax and made it into a little ball, and they've picked up little tiny pieces of paper with the wax they use for their braces. So that's kind of what this stuff is, I guess. So I'm going to pick one up. And I think it's easier probably if I just put a little ink down and then blob the flower on. You can't really see that one. Guess we needed darker ones. I'm going to use this one for this heart here. And we can move it like that, put it in place. There we go. These ones, this is going to take me a long time, I think. So what I'll do is this. I know I take lots of breaks, but you know what? I know you don't need to watch all this stuff that I'm doing because it's kind of self-explanatory and I go over and over and over it. So I'm going to take a break, turn off the camera, and I'll continue doing these. So my desk is a total mess, but I'm liking how the little hearts and the flowers turned out. I might, now looking at it, I might just put one here or something so it looks like it's spreading out this way. And I'm also thinking of putting a border around it because it looks nice, but it seems like it's missing something around here. So I might play around with the border, and then once I am done with the border, I'll come back and show you my completed page. The challenge is sparkle. Now I know or glitter, I guess. There's a whole bunch of sparkle in the background, but I wanted all these little hearts to have sparkle, so I'm going to add a little bit of stickles to some of them, and I'm going to add some of my Wink of Stella to some of them, and then I'll do a border. And once I'm finished all that, because this is going to take a long time to dry, then I'm finished that, I'll come back and show you the completed page. I have to say, I really like all the little sparkle on all the flowers. Little sprinkles, sparkles, glitter. Use a little bit of everything on there. So I really like how those turned out. Now to do the border, which I really like how it looks. I don't even know if it needs a border, but I think I want one anyway. So I'll just play around and see what I can do with the border. Well, I think I completed my page now. I did a little bit of a border around the edge, not much of one and not a really pretty one. And I just added 4 hearts, one in each corner. I was going to add some little hearts around here, but I was thinking it might take away from all these little hearts down here, so I didn't want to do that. So here is my page completed. And I am going to have to use that stamp set more often with the letters in it. I really like that. And I'm not sure if you can check out the sparkle. I always say that, but then it does. It comes out okay. And there's the Angie Blom image, the Angie girl. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I actually put all my supplies away and the overspray of ink came off my desk, so I'm happy about that. I should learn. I've done that before. I should learn to go in a different area to spray. And I'm going to have a little challenge over on my Facebook group. I started a new Facebook group where everybody can go and share their crafts, whatever they're doing, whatever art they're doing, they can share. I don't want any advertising on there. It's just a place for us to share our art. And I'm going to do a little challenge over there, so I'm going to post the link below in the description bar on how to get to that Facebook page. It's called Tracy's Treasures Shares, if you wanted to check that out. So thank you everybody for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the process, and I love your comments. They honestly put a smile on my face and they touch my heart. And if you leave a comment, I go back and I check out your YouTube channel as well and see what you're up to. So thanks again everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a very creative day today. Bye now.